Hi, friends. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for being punctual and joining us today. We will be starting in another 7 minutes. So please bear with us for another 7 minutes and we'll be starting then at sharp 3 p.m. Thank you. Hi, friends. Good afternoon. We'll be starting in another 5 minutes. So please bear with us for another 5 minutes and we'll be starting then. In the meanwhile, I've made some material downloadable for you. So during the webinar, at any time, you can go in and download this material. It'll be available for the duration of the webinar. Because you all have joined early, I thought you would love to download it before in advance and keep it on your desktops. Also, if you have any questions regarding Switzerland, especially Interlaken, BLS Interlaken Lake Cruises, and Geneva region, please ask your questions in the chat tab. We will be taking questions up in the second half of this webinar. So guys, go ahead, ask your questions and bear with us for another 4 minutes. We'll be starting then. Thank you. Hi friends, it's another 3 minutes. We'll be starting at 3 p.m. sharp. So please bear with us for another few minutes and we'll be starting then. Thank you. Hi, friends. Good afternoon. Thank you all for joining us today and thank you for being punctual. It's a wonderful Thursday afternoon to talk more about Switzerland, and I'm sure you're all waiting to hear what we have in store for you today. Before moving ahead, I have some housekeeping announcements for you. First and foremost, there is a reconnect button on the top of your screens, the white button on top of your screens. So, in case anything goes wrong, you can't hear us, you can't see us, press the reconnect button and you should be able to hear us and see us thereafter. Next, there are polls during this webinar. So please enjoy the polls. Go into the polling section on your tab and cast your vote there. If you write on the chats tab during a poll, we will not be able to count your vote. So to make your vote count, to make your vote matter, please go into the polling section and cast your vote from there. We also have a quiz, the famous Switzerland quiz, at the end of this webinar. So please wait till the end, pay attention to our presentation today, and you'll stand a chance to win some great prizes. Question and answers are part of the webinar. Keep asking your questions in the chat tab. We will be taking questions towards the second half of the webinar. So please ask as many questions as you want. You can ask them at any time during the presentation. And finally, a recording of this webinar will be shared with you in the next 24 hours. So you will get an email from us with a complete recording of the webinar. So in case you've missed out on anything, please don't panic. We will share the recording with you. I already made some documents downloadable in the file section for you. These documents will be available during the course of the webinar. So at any time, you can go in and download this. We highly recommend you do download this before we wrap up today afternoon's webinar. With this, I'm now not going to stand in the way of you in Switzerland and introduce you to Mr. Ameya Kamath, the Business Development Manager Leisure for Switzerland Tourism. Over to you, Ameya.
Thank you, Devika. Hello, everybody. It's great to have you on board for our training, webinar training today. We have a great set of products today that we're going to showcase from Switzerland. One is the beautiful Interlaken holiday region, and a very interesting product that you can make your clients experience, the BLS Interlaken Lake Cruises. And then we move to the French-speaking side of Switzerland, where we will take you through the beautiful metropolitan international city of Geneva. So we're extremely excited to have you on board with us for this webinar. And I'm joined by a really amazing panel of speakers along with me. We have Mr. Kevin Dessau from the Market Manager, Interlaken Holiday Region. We have Mr. Kunal Kothari representing BLS Interlaken Lake Cruises, and Mr. Frank Romanet, the Market Manager of Geneva Tourism. So we're going to take you through some wonderful touristic offerings from Switzerland today. Just some points for you guys to note to keep you updated. There is now a direct train connection from Zurich Airport directly into Interlaken. So that's a boon for travelers flying into Switzerland from flying into Zurich from India. There are 6 connections daily. They start 7:45 a.m. onwards from Zurich Airport and around 6:59 a.m. onwards from Interlaken East or Ost station. And then there's one every 2 hours. So if your clients do land in and around that time or plan to leave Interlaken in and around that time, you can actually take this direct train to the airport. And yes, for those that want to then experience the BLS Interlaken Lake Cruises, the pier to board the cruise to Thun is located right by the station. So even if you're staying in places like Zurich or Lucerne, all you do is you need to get off the station and take a short walk, and you're at the pier, and you can board any of the cruises as well. You can use sbb.ch, which is the Swiss Federal Railways website, to get more information about the public transport schedule and routes. Geneva is also equally accessible. So, of course, Geneva Airport has multiple flight connections from India, as well as when you fly Swiss International Airlines from Mumbai and Delhi, there's a morning connection that flies you directly from Zurich to Geneva. And, of course, lots of train options to easily come to Geneva. So even if you get down at Zurich, 3 hours, 10 minutes, and you're in Geneva, direct train. And yes, Interlaken to Geneva is also possible, so that journey can be done. And, both these wonderful destinations can be combined into a wonderful itinerary. And I'm not going to take more of your time. We're going to take you to the destinations. We'll start with Interlaken, and I would like to hand over the platform to Mr. Kevin Dessau.
Thank you, Amelia, and also warm welcome from my side. I take you on a quick journey through the Interlaken holiday region, split up first into our three partly regions, Lake Thun region, Interlaken region, and then of course Lake Brienz region. And then of course we have some exciting news for you as well. So let's directly start with a video to show you what's all about in Interlaken. So you see, we had Neeraj Chopra here in Interlaken. He tried a few adventures that I'm going to talk about later as well. But we have another video which shows all of the things that we can do in Interlaken. So you get a nice All right, let's dive into Interlaken. And of course, Interlaken is your hub in Switzerland. You can easily explore the areas and, of course, all of Switzerland by Swiss Travel Pass easily. As mentioned by Amelia before, we have direct trains to Zurich, to Basel, to Bern, even to Montreux. And if we go to Geneva, it just takes one stop. So one change needed only to reach Geneva from Interlaken. Then, of course, we have panoramic trains as well. One of them is the Lucerne-Interlaken Express, connecting Lucerne and Interlaken. And, of course, another one, the Golden Pass Express, which connects Interlaken to Montreux on a nice 3-hour journey. Then let's start. We start in Thun, which is our boutique town. You can see on the left, there's a nice castle overlooking the old town. In Thun, you really should, take some time to walk around the city and then, of course, go to the lake or take a boat on the lake where you will hear a bit more details from Kunal later. And we have a total of 5 castles on Lake Thun. So you saw one before. There's one directly at the lake in Thun as well. And you can all easily combine them with a lake cruise because most of them have a very close boat pier. So you can get off, for example, take some time at the castle, have a look. Some have a restaurant, so you can just sit down and then maybe take another boat back to Interlaken or back to Thun or to another destination on the lake. Then we head to Spiez. Spiez is on the way from Thun to Interlaken, and Spiez is very known for its local wine. You can see the vineyard on the picture, and in the vineyard you can stroll around, you can learn a bit more about how they make the wine, how they produce the wine, and of course you can taste them if you'd like, so directly at the winery, or also you can do that in the local restaurants in Spiez. And then from Spiez we head to Interlaken, where you can find highlights between the mountains and lakes. And quick fun fact, maybe you heard about that already. Interlaken means between the lakes, so it's the perfect name for a little town between the two lakes, Thun and Lake Brienz. Of course, our top highlight is Jungfrau Joch, top of Europe. I'm sure all of you have heard about it before, which is easily reachable from Interlaken in a bit more than 1 hour and 40 minutes by train, then Eiger Express, and then another train through the tunnel where you can see 365 days of ice and glacier. And here we have a little video as well to show you what Niraj has done up there.
Bow symphony of burning fire. To peaks and valleys he makes his way. Dance with frost where legends play.
So this was a video of winter on top of Europe, but of course in summer it looks like that as well. It has a bit less snow, but you still have snow up there, and of course the ice. Another highlight is the Schilthorn Piz Gloria, which you can also easily reach from Interlaken, where you have to go to Stechelberg and from there take nowadays the steepest cable car of the world to Mürren, and then from Mürren another 2 cable cars to reach the top. This has also been a James Bond filming location. Yeah, as you can see, you can really find a lot of great views up there all year round. And if you're looking for something a bit less known, Stockhorn is a very nice mountain above Lake Thun. So on the left, you see the lake, and on the left side, there will be Spiez, and also Thun to the very left. So this is a nice little cable car going up from where you can see, of course, the Alps. And there's some nice restaurant up there. You can take some walks up there and, of course, learn a bit more about Swiss culture and culinary. And last but not least, when it comes to mountains, another highlight is the Brienz Rothorn. It's a cogwheel train, which actually is in full steam operation every day. A very historical one, which you take from Brienz all the way up to the Brienz Rothorn. And from there, you can enjoy great views, enjoy a coffee or a lunch, and then just do some walks around. Yeah, and then let's talk about adventure. Interlaken has been named Adventure Capital of Europe for many years and many times, because we can offer you so many adventures, from soft adventure all the way to high adrenaline, as like bungee jumping, as you see on the picture. So we have adventures in the air, which of course, paragliding, one of the most popular activities that you can do. It's a very easy adventure and everyone can do it. Really, everyone can do it. But of course, you can also go bungee jumping. You can go skydiving if you would like to be a bit more adventurous. But this can all be done from Interlaken in the air. But then, of course, we also have adventures on water. You see on the picture, there's kayaking, but not just in summer, even in winter, you can do it. Of course, in winter, it's only a guided tour, but you can do it, and you get these little dry suits that you see on the picture, and then you are completely warm and you keep completely dry. And then, of course, we have canyoning, we have the jet boat, which operates on Lake Brienz, which you might know already. Or you can also go river rafting or family rafting on a bit more rapid rivers. Another highlight on the lake is the newer activity, raclette rafting, where you enjoy raclette on Lake Brienz together with up to 8 people. And this can only be done in winter, because in summer they need their boats for the normal whitewater rafting. But in winter you can enjoy a raclette on Lake Brienz. And this can be done as groups, of course, because they have multiple boats, but also for FIT, so they can just like book 1 or 2 spots or even more. And the counterpart of that is the chocolate fondue float. Basically, it's the same product, which takes you on Lake Brienz, and there you enjoy a typically Swiss chocolate fondue with some drinks while you enjoy the surroundings of Lake Brienz. Also only doable in winter time. Then, of course, we have our ski region. But maybe even more interesting is if you'd like, or if your guests like to try a first ski experience, there's different packages available, which include everything from a guide, from small lessons, from short lessons, and of course equipment. So if you ever try or would like to try skiing, please let us know and we can organize. And then we move on to Brienz, which is our typically Swiss town on the end of Lake Brienz in direction Lucerne. Brienz has many things to offer, such as the Ballenberg Swiss Open Air Museum, where you can experience Swiss tradition. There's a lot of animals, so it's very nice for children as well, for families to walk around, learn how the Swiss lived many hundred years ago, and also try maybe cheese making or bread baking like they did hundreds of years ago. So very nice experience that you can do, and it's actually included in the Swiss Travel Pass. Then we also have the Traufer World of Experience. If you would like to learn more about the wooden cow souvenir, there you can have a look. It's like a museum where you see step by step how they make them, but you can also actually book a cow painting workshop or a wood carving workshop to really make your own souvenir and then bring it back home. And then let's head on to some news that we have in Interlaken. One of them is the new Schinnige Platte Skywalk on Schinnige Platte. This also belongs to the Jungfrau Railways network and is a very nice cogwheel train going up from Wilderswil, which is the next stop after Interlaken East. So from Interlaken, you just go to Wilderswil. There you change on the cogwheel train, which brings you up in 1 hour to Schinnige Platte. Yeah, as you can see, the new viewing platform brings you a bit more better view on the mountains, but also on the lakes. You can't see that on here, but it's a nice addition. And of course, as you can see on the left, they always do some Alphorn performances as well. So you have some cultural experience as well. Another highlight is the new Scenic e-bike tour, which combines cheese, chocolate, and beer tasting. So you really, get on a very nice tour through Interlaken to explore with your guide. And then you have several stops at a farm, at the brewery, and also at the chocolate place. And there you get to try these little, delicacies from the region. And the only thing is that you need to be able to bike, but apart from that, it's very relaxed. You don't really need to have a lot of strength for that. So as long as you can bike, it's really nice. And they actually also do it for groups and also customized if you'd like to have a shorter one, a longer one, because the normal duration is around 2 hours, but of course, including all the photo stops, all the stops. So it's really a very nice way to experience Interlaken. Then we have the new city train. There used to be one a few years ago, which had to close, unfortunately, but now we have a newer one, the city train Interlaken, which brings you to Interlaken on a short tour if you maybe don't have enough time or are not that good with walking, then it's a very nice experience to really see what Interlaken has to offer and see the most important sites in a short 1 hour journey. Of course, we have our caves, St. Peter's Caves. They are nowadays open all year round. So you can even visit them in winter. And this is really a hidden gem for many people if it's raining outside, because in there, of course, it's not raining at all. And it's a very nice experience to see like all these nature caves and indoor waterfalls and just enjoy your time in there. You can do that guided or also unguided with an audio guide. And last but not least, we also have Winterhard Interlaken, which comes back. This is our new Christmas market at the Kursaal Garden next to the Yash Chopra statue. And this will take place from 19 to 31 December 2025 again. So keep that in mind. And now we get to the poll question, which helps us a little bit to learn a bit more about what you and your clients would like. So the question is, which accommodation category in Interlaken is nowadays requested most by your clients?
Friends, the poll is live on your screens as we talk. You can see there is a pop-up. There are two sections on your screen. One says file, one says poll. Please go into the poll section and cast your vote there. I want to hear from you. We want your opinion. Do not write it in the chats tab. I won't be able to calculate the votes that come into the chats tab right now. So please go into the polling section and cast your vote. Kevin, what do you think is the most favorite?
I think it could be the 4-star hotels.
You're absolutely correct. 50% of our audience today agrees with you. The 0 to 2 stars got 0%. The 3 stars are at 16%. 5 stars at 6%. Apartments are at 28%, and the hostels are 0. Camping is at 2%. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much for your help. That helps us a lot, and of course we also see that a bit in feedback that we get. And with that being said, thank you very much for all the efforts that you do for Interlaken, for promoting Interlaken, and of course see you soon in Interlaken. And I think now we move on to the lake to learn a bit more about the BLS Lake Cruises in Interlaken. Please, Kunal.
Thank you, Kevin. Good afternoon, everyone. Well, Kevin almost did most of my presentation. I'm not sure what do I have left to speak about. Very quickly, I will introduce myself. I'm Kunal and I represent the Lake Cruises of Interlaken. But before I start, I will quickly show you a brief video.
First, we have a poll question, Kunal, from you.
Sorry, a poll first.
Yes. Friends, again, we have the poll on your screens as we talk. It's a simple question. Do you know about the BLS Lake Cruises in Interlaken? Please go into the chats tab and put in your response. We want you to vote in the chats tab, not in the poll section, not in the chats tab. Kunal, you're very popular. 70% of our audience today has said yes. 20% have said no, and the remaining have said, I know that BLS runs trains, but I don't know about the cruises.
Okay. So here I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the cruises. Starting with the brief video. Welcome you aboard. Well, here's the map now of Interlaken, and its lakes. As you can see, Lake Brienz, that's turquoise in color. Maybe you noticed it in the video. And Lake Thun, that has a very deep blue color. Lake Brienz is the deepest lake in Switzerland at 261 meters, is fed by the Aare River, which is a glacial river, and which is why it gets its turquoise green color. Such a lake generally is higher up in the mountains where there is snow and, of course, some glaciers around. Lake Thun, on the other hand, is the biggest lake in a single canton. So it's definitely not the biggest lake in Switzerland, but the biggest lake inside a single canton. Most other lakes are shared by 2 or 3 cantons. Coming to what all excursions that you can do, as you can see, Brienz Rothorn is on Lake Brienz, of course. That's where it gets its name from, the lake, from the town of Brienz. And the other popular excursion on the lake is the small island village of Iseltwald. Gotten very popular post-COVID when the Netflix series called Crash Landing on You had released, and it has really gone extremely popular. The only way to get there, especially in summers and early winters, is only by boat. The other times, of course, you have access to the post buses to get there. But for groups, that is the only way they can get to Iseltwald. On the other hand, on Lake Thun, already Kevin mentioned there are 5 castles. So the castles are the Castle of Thun, the Castle of Spiez, the Castle of Oberhofen, Hunegg, and Schadau Castle also in Thun. Some very key facts. Over the 2 lakes, we have 12 boats. 3 of them are steamboats and 9 of them are motor vessels. Catering is available on all our boats, whether you're traveling in the morning, or afternoon, or in the evening. According to the time of the day, meals will be available. In fact, we also have a dinner cruise, a sunset dinner cruise during the summers on Lake Thun that leaves Thun at 19:30 to return at 21:30. It's more or less a cruise on the whole lake with more or less like a open seas lake cruise. On Lake Thun, we are operating throughout the year, whereas on Lake Brienz, we operate during the summers mainly. This year, of course, we started in March and we are ending early December. That's a trial because Lake Brienz, as I said, is fed by Aare. And during the winters, when the water starts freezing over and the flow is really low, the water levels in Lake Brienz drop. And as a result, we can't bring in our boats from the piers, which are not so deep as compared to the lake, which is, of course, the deepest in Switzerland. A poll question. Do you already recommend clients to have dinner on lake cruises?
Friends, the poll has come up on your screens. It's fairly simple. Please go into the polls tab and answer this question. So you can only give it a few more seconds for all the votes to come in, and I'll read the responses out to you then. So 80% of our audience today is saying, I already recommend it to our clients. 7% is saying, don't think they were any existing as exciting as they sound. And finally, the remaining 17% have said, I didn't know about dinner could be had on the lake cruises.
Okay. So, well, now you know there are dinner cruises on most lakes, but on Lake Thun, it's quite an exciting one as well. Of course, we do not have Indian food available per se, but vegetarian is absolutely possible. Couple of dishes I think are very close to how we like our Indian food as well. Very quickly, the timetable for Lake Brienz this summer. We are operating until 7th of December this winter, but from 20th October, we'll just have one cruise that's going from Interlaken to Brienz, and there will be one between Isertwald and Interlaken only as well. On Lake Thun, our summer timings are here, so we'll be running the full schedule until 12th October, and then from 13th October to 13th December, we will have just 3 cruises. I'm only mentioning up to 13th December because from 14th December, there is a timetable change that is due. Well, what tickets can you use to get on board our boats? 12 boats across 2 lakes, and all you need is a Swiss travel pass or a Eurail pass or a Bernese Oberland pass, or well, even a Jungfrau travel pass valid for 3 or up to 8 days. You can access our boats completely for free. There are some tailor-made tickets available on board or at major stations. You can also buy it online from lakeinterlaken.ch/ticket. For groups, there are 2 types of tickets. One is just a point-to-point for 10 or more passengers, but you could also have like a day pass at a discounted price, which allows you to access all the cruises on the lake for a single day. As well as we have some group options with a ticket and a meal. So it could be a breakfast, a lunch, or coffee and cake, or also on the dinner cruise, you can have a group on board. We generally recommend 10 or more passengers if they are going to be, even with a Swiss travel pass, just make a reservation on the boat. Basically, just let us know that there's a group so that we can manage our boats accordingly. If your clients need to make a reservation for a table on any of our boats, you can make that as well on lakeinterlaken.ch. And the reservation is for free. The only condition being you have to consume something. You have to spend at the restaurant. You just can't take it because you were tired or you just don't want to be on the deck like most others. We now have 2 boats which are with electric hybrid engines, the MS Bubenberg, which is on Lake Thun, and MS Jungfrau on Lake Brienz. We can also offer charter. So our smallest boat has a banquet capacity of 32 passengers, and the biggest one has 376 passengers space. But having said that, the biggest boat actually, when on schedule, can take almost up to 1,500 people. So when we are doing charters, we only consider the banquet spaces and not the whole boat capacity. Catering can be a la carte, and in this case, if you're chartering a boat, you could do Indian meals as well. We work closely with Golden India from Grindelwald, and you can have Indian meals for these charters. Some of our biggest highlights are our steamboats because given they are paddle steamers, that's a lot of fun for the kids, and believe it or not, it has a massive fan following worldwide. There are paddle steamers fan club, which also pay partially for the maintenance of both our paddle steamer boats. These paddle steamer boats also have supervised play cabins for children, so up to 6 can go and play, and there will be a supervisor entertaining them during the course of the ride that your passengers are on. And for 26-27, we will see a new boat, the MS Thunersee. That's currently the project name, not yet finalized. It will be operational in the winters and in summers. It is with the electric hybrid engine as well, with a capacity of 200 banquet seats and up to 700 passengers. This is going to be a little bit unique, a bit more modern, and allows us to operate also in winters when the water levels have receded, and coming in and out of the boat piers is a bit of a challenge. So these are comparatively flatter bottoms, and they don't run so deep into the water. So it's going to be so much more easier for us to operate a little bit more. That is my colleague, Nick. And before I share my details, one more poll question, please.
Yes, we have the next poll questions on your screen, friends. It's fairly simple. Will the information shared with you during this presentation encourage you to suggest BLS Lake Cruises in Interlaken to your clients? Kunal, you'll be very happy to hear that we've got 100% definitely.
Oh, thank you. Well, that's almost it from me. These are my contact details here. You can scan the QR code. I'm based in Navi Mumbai, and well, luckily, unlike Ameya, I did not face so much of rain troubles over the past week. Moving on from here, looking forward to have you guys on board, and I will pass it on to Frank to take you through Geneva. Frank, over to you.
Frank, before you start, can I please request all my panelists to mute yourselves in case you're not the one presenting? There is some background noise that you're picking up, so please keep yourself on mute. Everybody but Frank. Thank you. Frank, over to you. Friends, I think Frank will just be back. He's disappeared off our screens. Let's give it a few seconds. I think Frank is joining again. Frank, can you hear us?
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Over to you to take us through your presentation.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for attending this webinar. Thank you, Switzerland Tourism and the partners for organizing it. Welcome to Geneva. My name is Frank, and we will start with 2 videos, and then I will take more time to introduce myself and introduce my beautiful city. Please. Great. This is for the first video. So once again, my name is Frank. I'm really happy to introduce Geneva today. My role with you guys is to be an amazing support. I will do my best. So any contact you may need, any question, any information you want to share with me to be expert on Geneva and to advise better your customer, please let me know. We're going to move forward to, I think, a second video. If you've never been to Geneva, this is an example, a small taste of what can be done in Geneva. Here you go. So, as you've seen in this movie, Geneva could be a mix of everything, a mix of culture, of city, lake, nature, mountains, even if they are less higher than Interlaken, for example, but everything is accessible. You can see on this slide how Geneva could be easily visited in a few days. Everything is accessible, and I think this is one of the best advantage in Geneva. The lake is the main part, and then you can move around. You see on this slide as well that the airport is inside the city, so you don't need a special long transfer to reach the city center. With the train, you have direct access. Another advantage of having a tiny destination is as well how to move around. Of course, when you are staying in the hotel in Geneva, minimum one night, you benefit from the free public transportation card, which is an amazing add value because in all Switzerland, our public transport system are amazing. So you will cover all the city with tram, train, boat, the little boat that you can see yellow and red in the picture, and as well the buses, and it's completely free of charge. So that's fantastic. What I've done with this presentation to guide you and to help you to know better Geneva is to divide it in 5 themes and to give you the best that you can do with this theme. So if you allow me to move on, we're going to start with something really important is hotels. So hotel industry in Geneva is something quite huge. We have approximately 138 different hotels from the 2-star category to, of course, 5 stars and Palace. And as you can see on this slide, the Fairmont, which is the biggest 5-star hotel in Switzerland, is under renovation to have this future face. So you have some renovation program in the city to keep our standard really high. And as I mentioned, and as we've seen on the previous pool questions, you are more into 4-star hotel, which is amazing because we have a lot of 4-star hotel. To mention one of them is the Thun, who offers a special treatment for Indian guests thanks to the Namaste program that they are provided. Manotel Group is a 6 hotel in the city center with 6 different atmospheres. So it's the one on the top right. The one that you can see in the picture is the Edelweiss, so is the mountain chalet in the city center. Amazing vibes and amazing restaurant. Marriott is quite a powerful chain in Geneva. They have 3 different hotels. The one highlighted on the top, on the bottom right is the Geneva Marriott Hotel, freshly appeared because it's open in 2021. They have 264 rooms, and if you are looking for very VVIP accommodation, Ultima Collection will provide you apartments, luxury apartments with special services. The one that you can see is facing the lake, and then you have 3-bedroom up to 6-bedroom apartment with an access to the rooftop. So in terms of accommodation, no worries, you will find everything. I'm here as well to support you and to put you in contact with my hotel partners. Let's start with the pool question. So what activities in Geneva are popular with your clients? So activity, of course, in the slide you will find only few activities, but we have plenty of activities to keep your customer and to keep you busy during few days in order to help you as well, because it's always difficult to know which kind of activity you want to do and when. We created a Geneva City Pass, which includes 60 different activity. Most of the activities are included on the pass, and this pass can be purchased in Geneva or before your trip. You can resell as well this pass, and that's amazing. That includes most of the museum, if you want as well to do some boat cruises, the little train, and some guided tour as well. So I really recommend this. And another tips that I can give you as well for chocolate fun, we created a product called the Choco Pass. It's quite easy. You buy it online, and then you have access to 10 different chocolate shop. You enter in, you show the Choco Pass, and then you have free chocolate tasting and a chat with a person who is making the chocolate. The idea is to exchange with the chocolate maker. He gives you a taste of what he is producing, and then you can do your market if I can. So I think we get to the slides. So if I move to the other one.
Yes, you can now use the slides.
Yes, that's perfect. The guided tour that I was speaking to, and then we saw on the pool question, that is something who has the most interest. So we have different Geneva guided tour, and I really encourage you to go on our website to find what kind of guided tour, if it's linked to our history with Mr. Calvin, if it's on, let's say, sustainability, so how Geneva is sustainable, on nature, on culture, and etc. We are lucky to have 40 museums in Geneva, so you will never get bored with museums. 4 of them are unique in the world, including the Red Cross Museum that is appearing here in the slide. Of course, we have the chance to be the European headquarters of the United Nations, and the breaking news on 2026, they're going to open the Nation Getaway, which will be a mix of a museum dedicated to the United Nations, but as well a place where you can do and attend conferences and many activities who will be unveiled close to 2026. Some of you mentioned nightlife. So before nightlife, you go to the pre-nightlife. So you can go to opera, to concert, to stand-up. And this is things that are available every day in Geneva. The picture you can see is the opera, so the Grand Theatre of Geneva, where you can enjoy super opera. The next topic is something really important, I think, for both of our culture. Gastronomy all around the city. You have 160 different type of cuisine in Geneva, including, of course, Indian food. But years after years, we really see that you guys are really into a lot of different type of cuisine. So you will find everything from the street food restaurant to the Michelin star restaurants. So, and Michelin star restaurant is not only dedicated to European cuisine, because, for example, we have one Chinese Michelin star restaurant in Geneva, and everything is available within a few minute distance. I was mentioning chocolate. We use it for our therapy. And of course, you find chocolate place and coffee place everywhere, spread in the city and in the small village around. Watchmaking. Do I have to mention something about watchmaking? Geneva is the capital of the luxury watchmaking. This is linked to our history, so I encourage you as well to attend our guided tour dedicated to our history with the watchmaking. But everything started very long time ago when Calvin took Geneva, banned the jewelry, and allowed only the watchmaking industry, because at this time watches were really useful to measure the time, and it was pocket watch, so you can hide your richness on your pocket. And step by step, Genevan people became expert on watchmaking. And of course, after attending this guided tour, you will be able to be a watchmaker for a day. And for the most lucky ones, you can as well create your own watch. In our workshop that our partners Initium are creating, you select every component of your watch. All the components are of course Swiss made, and then with the help of the professional watchmaker, you can assemble it yourself. With this experience, you are not trying to build the most expensive watch in the world. The only thing we want is to create experience and emotion. And this is what travels mean, right? So this is an amazing activity. If you have the chance to visit Geneva or to recommend Geneva, really the watchmaking DNA is really important in Geneva, because everything started in Geneva. Today you can buy a watch everywhere, but if you buy, for example, without mentioning any big brands, but everyone knows, if you want to buy a watch and check the hands of the man who created your watch, please welcome to Geneva. Move on to science. You see it's different theme again, so you will have for everyone. Science is really important, and we know that the CERN, so the European Nuclear Research Center, is really popular among the Indian market. Since 2021, they created this beautiful science gateway, which is a museum completely free of charge. They've done this because they want to keep the young generation motivated to learn science. And I truly believe as well that when you travel, you want to create experience, and you want to give as well heritage to the young generation. So visiting the CERN can be an amazing gift to them and motivated them to learn about science. When you enter in this museum, the only thing that you do is to play with science. You are not getting stuck in the room reading 100 lines without knowing anything. You play. You play tennis with atom. You have a laboratory where you can do experiences. So I really highly recommend to include the science on your next Geneva trip. And then, of course, if you want to be more expert, because I'm sure that you're already expert, you can click on the link and do our online training tool that gives you a chance to win 4 nights in Geneva with dinner, city pass, choco pass, and much more. Thank you very much for your attention. Once again, apologies for this inconvenient situation with the network sometimes happen. And again, I'm your dedicated person for Geneva. Anything you may need, please contact me. Thank you. And I think I hand over to Ameya. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Frank. It was a pleasure going through all these wonderful products and destinations. I hope we were able to infuse some knowledge and inspire you to sell more of Switzerland to your clients. With that being said, just wanted to update you that Switzerland Tourism are based in Mumbai and we're at your service. We have a lot of tools that are useful for you. So we have our website switzerland.com, which has all the information about the various touristic offerings. We have some very useful tools and links on our website's Trade Corner, which you will find if you scroll to the bottom of the page. We have our Swisspiration magazine, which is our B2B sales manual. You can download it from the Trade Corner. It's also available in the download section of this platform. So please do download an e-copy. It has some very nice information about the various destinations, including the ones that have been covered here. The webinar recording will be shared with all the attendees as well as uploaded onto our Trade Corner, so you'll be able to view it there. And yes, follow us on LinkedIn to keep up to date with our activities in the market, as well as get some information, latest news updates. We have an extensive e-learning program. If you complete it, you become a certified Switzerland travel expert. So 4 core modules plus the latest news about Switzerland will get you that certificate. We also have certain specialization certificates on topics such as family travel, outdoor activities, luxury travel, etc. So you can get specialized certifications too. We have, for those who become certified Switzerland travel experts by the end of the year, that is by 31st December 2025, the top scorers will enter into a lucky draw, and we'll be selecting 3 to join us on a fam trip to Switzerland next year. So hope to see a lot of Switzerland travel experts as well. 2 more webinars coming up, one on the 2nd of September talking about Travel Switzerland, aka Swiss Travel System, and Rail Europe and the various products and services that they have in the market, as well as one coming up on the 10th of September at 3 p.m. IST showcasing Lake Lugano Group, which is the Swiss Miniature Park in Ticino and the Foxtown Factory outlet stores in the region, as well as RHB, Glacier Express and Bernina Express. So please do stay tuned for that, register for that. You guys all know that those who complete all the webinars, attempt all the quizzes, score the highest, they enter into a lucky draw and will be also joining the Switzerland Travel Academy winners on the fam trip in 2026. So we look forward to that. We have some exciting news as of yesterday. Our brand new YouTube series, Ticket to Switzerland, featuring 4 prominent influencers, is officially live. 10 episodes with, Archana Puran Singh and family, actress Barkha Singh, Shivesh and Ashi, as well as Awais Darbar and Nagma, battling it out to win the ticket to Switzerland. So please do log on to YouTube and watch the episodes. Frank and Kevin also make some special appearances during that show as well. And the QR code is on the screen for you as well. So if you can even scan it and access it. Look forward to showcasing a lot of Switzerland through the series to you as well. For that being said, I'm your point of contact for all B2B activities at Switzerland Tourism. You can reach out to me for any queries, information that are not visa related, and I'm happy to assist you. Please do write in. And with that, thank you so much. So we move on to the Q&A session. So Kevin, I'm going to start with you. Yes. So we have the one very interesting question. Do you recommend doing Jungfrau Joch, Top of Europe, and Grindelwald first on the same day? And if not, what would you suggest would be a good combination with Jungfrau Joch on the same day?
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 sides. So technically you could do it, but you need to get up very early to Jungfrau and then to First, or the other way around, of course. And it's going to be a very tough day. So possible it is, but I personally, if you have the time, wouldn't suggest doing that on the same day. Because you will be so exhausted in the evening. An alternative would be, for example, to take a lake cruise in the afternoon, which would be a bit more relaxing and can be easily combined with Jungfrau as well.
Perfect. So now there's a really interesting question, which is like a top up of what we just discussed. Now you know how popular Interlaken holiday region is with the Indian market. So say if you hypothetically take a 3-night program in Interlaken, would you be able to construct like a short, interesting itinerary for, travelers for the region?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. So as you heard, it's all about mountains, all about lakes and adventure. So definitely in there should be a visit of a mountain, be it Jungfrau, be it Grindelwald First, Schildhorn, or both. This would be one day, I think. Then another day, maybe do a lake cruise and some adventure, for example, paragliding. And then on the third day, if you have some time, you could even go to Funky Chocolate Club for some chocolate making.
Awesome. So we also had a question, because you mentioned this unique experience with Brienz Rothorn, the steam train. What are the operating hours? Is it? I think it's only operational during the summer season. So if you can give an exact picture of that.
Yeah, it's only operational in summer season because during early spring and also late autumn, there's already snow up there, and then they can't run. Usually they run between mid-May and end of October, sometimes even to mid-November, so it really depends. But usually it starts in May and ends in October.
Perfect. And with regards to this interesting bike tour with the beer and culinary angle, how do you go about booking this?
You can actually book it with Outdoor Switzerland, who is the operator of almost all the adventures like jet boat and stuff. On their website, or of course for B2B, they have their special online system that they can provide.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Kevin. There's one more question for you, but that would be at the end because it'll be for all three of you at the same time. Kunal, if you are online, one very interesting question that came up was if there is like a group that is looking to book a cruise with BLS Interlaken, is there like a package that you offer with the boat plus the meals? Because I assume they won't be traveling with a Swiss Travel Pass.
Yes, we do have an offer like that. So in the afternoons, there is one with lunch, and then the snack time, or in the morning, you can opt for coffee with cake. And then, of course, dinner time as well. We have options on for a group, including the ticket and a meal.
Okay, thank you. And the next question is: is the cruise, the comfort on the cruise for like differentially able travelers, like for example, those on a wheelchair, or if one particular person on board requires a wheelchair facility on special request, would BLS Interlaken Lake Cruises be able to organize it? So if you could just elaborate a little bit on that.
Never got a request from here, at least. Never figured that out. But if you already have a wheelchair, you can always take it on board. You cannot go on the upper decks, obviously, but you can be on the lower deck, which is generally the second class.
Great. And now I think we have Frank. A couple of questions for you. How does one go about booking the chocolate pass?
So it's quite easy. You can purchase it on our website. Of course, for agencies, this is commissionable. Or you can as well buy it when you are in Geneva to our tourist information counter. So very easy to buy it.
And the next question is, you mentioned all these tours, right? A watchmaking tour, guided tour of Thun, UN, etc. So can that also be booked through your website, B2B?
Exactly.
Okay.
This is exactly how you can do it. It's really easy, and then you have my colleague Lucien who will give you an answer and the confirmation booking.
And the final one is, since Geneva is the home of watchmaking, you specially highlighted Initium and the watch assembling course there, which is of course phenomenal. But are there watchmaking experiences that are for other price points as well? In case it's like a regular FIT travel, not quite luxury. So you have different kinds of travelers who would still want that kind of an experience. So if there are others, if you could just let them know.
Of course. I mean, I've mentioned how you can create your own watch, but you can as well participate to a workshop where you disassemble and you assemble a Swiss movement. So of course, it's not the same cost as creating your own watch, but basically everything related to watchmaking can be done through a guided tour. And we're going to launch very soon, within a few weeks, let's say, our watchmaking tours dedicated with a watchmaking guide, and that will help you as well to discover different points in the city where watchmaking is really important. You will have access to different gallery, to different watchmaker, and the first experience that you can do thanks to our Geneva City Pass is to visit the unique museum in the world from Patek Philippe. So that's already something you can do without any surcharge, and which is accessible to everyone.
Fantastic. Now the final question for all three of you. I know you touched upon it a bit, Frank, during your presentation, but of course the ever favorite Indian food question: Interlaken, how to get access to the list of Indian restaurants, Geneva, and of course what is possible with BLS Interlaken Lake Cruises as well. So I hand over the platform to the three of you all to answer this one.
Yeah, thank you, Amaya. So for Interlaken, you can actually find them on our website. So I will share the link in the chat, so you have access to that.
On BLS, we don't have really Indian food per se, but as I mentioned, in cases of charters, we partner with Golden India, so you can prepare your own menu with them. But there are a couple of dishes which are, strong with black pepper. So yeah, does feel a bit Indianish with the spice.
Yeah, same for Geneva. On our website, you can find as well a selection of Indian restaurants, and if you want as well to discover different food culinary things, we created our food guide, which give you 60 different address to discover, and in Geneva, but of course plenty of Indian restaurant, Indian cater as well. We can give you as well a list of hotels who allowed caravan and etc. So please remind only one thing: our names.
Thank you so much, guys. With that, we come to the end of the presentation. Just a little housekeeping announcement on the quiz. But before that, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to put the link to the YouTube series on the chats platform, so that if people want to tune in and binge watch and enjoy some of Switzerland's amazing sites, they can do that. Other than that, of course, the quiz the quiz link has already been shared by DDP webinars. I think on the chat box. It's only for the Indian outbound leisure travel trade that sells Europe. Answer only via the link provided. Only those answers will be considered. So emailing us with your answers will not be taken into account. The deadline is 7 p.m. today. Answers post the deadline will not be taken into account. And those tuning into all our webinars, answering all the quiz questions correctly, and scoring the highest, they will enter into a lucky draw where we will pick a few winners to join us on the 2026 fan trip. But when you do register for the quiz, please make sure you put in all your correct information: your name, your last name, your mobile number, your official work email ID, your company details, because personal email IDs will not be considered for this particular quiz. And we wish you all the best. Thank you so much for tuning in. It was a very informative session, showcased a lot of different aspects of right from central Switzerland all the way to the French-speaking part of Switzerland. And we look forward to meeting you once again on the 2nd of September for our webinars showcasing the public transportation network of Switzerland. So with that, thank you so much, Kevin, Kunal, Frank. It was a pleasure having you on board. And I'm going to hand over the platform back to Devika.
Thank you, Amaya. Thank you to our lovely speakers. Thank you so much for joining us, especially all the way from Switzerland. That was a very interesting webinar, very interesting presentation. I know a lot of you had some difficulty in the audio, especially for Geneva. please don't panic. In the recording that you receive from us, you will be able to clearly hear him. So there should be no problem there. You'll just have to go into it and hear him tomorrow. With that, all the best for the quiz. And thank you so much for being a lovely and understanding audience. We apologize that there were some audio problems, but hopefully recording will cover up for that. Thank you so much. Thank you to our panel for joining us. Thank you for making this afternoon so interesting and making us dream so much about Switzerland. And again, a big, big thank you to our lovely audience. Thank you for all your participation. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.